Hope people did in their house are doing. So unfortunately, the numbers of coronavirus has gone up in Cavan. And it's gone up to a number which we feared that we hoped and we prayed that it wouldn't even go near that again. But it has hit 30 today, so there's 30 today. Now I said and I kept saying that if it goes over 30, or if it even hits 30, there'll be less people recovering, there'll be more people getting it. Unfortunately, that's the case today. There's less, one or two recovered today, and there's more getting it. Like the numbers, one or two is compared to 30. Before, say if there was 5 people got the coronavirus, it could have been 3 people. There'd be 2 extra people, but 3 people would have recovered. So there would have been small balance, but unfortunately, the balance is kind of lost at the moment. So unfortunately, sadly it has gone up. But yeah, it's very very hard to know how it's gone up so much. But yeah, we can only hope that it doesn't go up any further. Because we can't deal with over 30. Like we can deal with 10, we can deal with 10 a day, but we can't deal with 30. Say tomorrow's another 30, we can't deal with that. It's because that we couldn't deal with that many people getting infected. In Monaghan there's only 2 new cases. Yesterday Monaghan had more than Cavan. Cavan only had 1 case yesterday. It's not the lack of testing, it's a huge amount of testing being done. In Cavan in the last week there's been a huge test, especially in the last week. This week has been a huge amount of tests being done in Cavan. They are testing a few people in shops and different things like that. Obviously. They are testing a lot of people. They are really going out of their way to test a lot of people. They have tested all the nursing homes in Cavan. Now, special needs facilities in Cavan and everything like that. They've tested them. They probably have tested nearly all the hospital staff in Cavan. And probably all the doctors and medical workers and everything like that, because they went mad testing people for the last week. So there was huge tests. Like Cavan has more tests being done than probably in Dublin. And I say that, and I don't say that lightly. Because there is huge effort being made to try and test as many people as we humanly can. To try and get it before it spreads, if that makes any sense. But as I was saying to somebody, we can't sit inside forever, and we need to try and push forward. I know it's hard to push forward. It's hard because so many people have lost their lives and so many people have lost loved ones. But if we get bogged down with this lockdown, it's not going to help anybody. And that's the thing. And we can't be locked inside forever and just sit inside for the rest of our lives. Because that's only going to drive people mad, and I'm sure everybody will agree with me on that. But yeah, I keep saying it again and again. I'm out doing tidy towns, and I'm saying to people, if you live in a house, if you live in a house or an apartment or whatever, outside your street, do a bit of weeds, do a bit of sweeping. Something to pass the time. Like I find passing the time. I was out since 8:30 this morning, and currently I'm only back now, and I was just after 6:30. A few minutes before 6:30 I was back. After I was out at 8:30 and I'm back at 6:30. Like the day flew. Today flew. I didn't find it at all going. I didn't even think it was 6:30. I thought it was 3:30 or 4:30 or something like that. The time flew. As they say, time flies when you're having fun, and I was having fun, sweeping and doing tidy towns work. So something to take your mind off. Go out in small, 1 or 2. Do bits and pieces. Obviously, social distancing and all the rest of that. But I'm saying that people do go out for your walk. And please be mindful of your mental health. I can't stress this enough to people, but please be mindful of your mental health, because that's something that has to be taken care of, especially during this time. But please take care of yourself, everybody, and be safe and bye.